We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with an update regarding the real reason for Jey Uso losing his World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther on Raw this past Monday in what many felt was a pretty unexpected title change, especially considering it wasn't a Seth Rollins cash-in and Gunther defeated Jey cleanly. Well, some new details have been revealed regarding WWE's reasoning for taking the World Heavyweight title off of Jey Uso, with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reporting that Triple H taking the world title off of Jey on Raw this week was done so that Gunther can face off against the returning Goldberg in his retirement match at the upcoming Saturday night's main event show on July 12th. Quote, "It was confirmed to us the reason this happened is because Paul Leveque made the call to make Gunther versus Bill Goldberg on July 12th, Saturday night's main event, a title match, likely since it was going on the same day as All in Texas. Gunther versus Goldberg was always going to be the retirement match, and it was always going against All in Texas and on NBC, with the idea of maximizing that day with the big match not on Netflix, but on free network TV. Now honestly guys, if this was actually the major reason behind WWE taking the title off of Jey Uso randomly on an episode of Raw, then that does seem pretty sad. While some fans have been looking forward to the inevitable clash between Gunther and Goldberg, which has been teased since Bad Blood last October, it's highly unlikely that most feel this needs to be a world title match. And to think that Jey having his title reign cut short for the simple fact that WWE wants Goldberg versus Gunther billed as being for the World Heavyweight Championship, then that really shows what WWE creative thinks of Jey Uso in terms of importance. Now, a lot of fans had been complaining about Jey's title run, but what needs to be said is that Gunther's run as champion before him wasn't particularly amazing either, and if the only reason the company had Gunther win the title again is so that the belt can be on the line against Goldberg, that isn't leading us to believe that Gunther's reign as world champ is going to be any better this time around. Now, there's some pretty surprising news to share with you guys regarding the current status of WWE star Omos, because despite the fact that WWE have been releasing wrestlers around the clock this year, and Omos hasn't been featured on TV in ages, it was shockingly revealed earlier this morning that Omos has apparently signed a new WWE contract, with Omos himself breaking the news in an interview with gamblingindustrynews.com, saying, quote, "Things are going very well, I can't complain. I'm really excited about what is to come. I've been training really hard and working on some new things, and I think it's going to be a really fun ride ahead, especially because I just signed a renewal with WWE and will be there for years to come." Now honestly, this is actually pretty surprising to hear that Omos has signed a new multi-year contract with WWE, because with how many wrestlers the company have been releasing so far this year, it really seemed like it was just a matter of time before Omos was released from WWE. He hasn't been seen or heard from on television in many months, and despite this news of Omos signing a new contract, there is still absolutely no word on when he will be returning. But the fact is that Omos has signed a new deal and will be making money whether he's being featured on TV or not, which would likely be the dream job for a lot of people, basically getting paid to stay at home. As some of you are likely aware, there was a report a few days ago from former interim Raw general manager Jonathan Coachman that WWE, and more specifically TKO, had been wanting to restructure Roman Reigns' contract or have him take a pay cut, but clearly those rumors are false, as Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter refuted these claims, making it clear that Roman Reigns is still the highest paid WWE superstar aside from The Rock, revealing, quote, "As far as income goes, there are 7 WWE performers earning well over $5 million per year, and 2 others who may also hit that figure this year. Aside from The Rock, the highest paid is Reigns." Whatever stories that went around from Jonathan Coachman that TKO asked Reigns to take a pay cut or restructure his deal are false. Now, it's definitely not at all surprising that this rumor turned out to be untrue, as it would have seemed crazy for WWE to jeopardize the biggest star they have on the roster right now in Roman Reigns by trying to force him to take a pay cut or restructure his deal, as this likely would have led to Reigns leaving the company, something that WWE definitely doesn't want to happen. Now, there's some pretty sad or unfortunate news to report regarding Jimmy Uso, as it appears as though some major plans for Jimmy were scrapped by WWE leading leading into WrestleMania 41, with Jey Uso's massive push that led to him winning the 2025 Royal Rumble, and then the World Heavyweight Championship. No doubt a lot of fans felt as though Jimmy Uso deserved a solo push as well over on SmackDown, and from what has been reported, clearly WWE did have some big plans for Jimmy leading into WrestleMania this year, but they were ultimately cancelled. For those of you unaware, Corey Hayes of Bodyslam.net reported that WWE initially had plans of Jimmy Uso being involved in the US title picture at WrestleMania 41, but the plans changed, which basically meant that Jimmy's push to the United States Championship was called off, which is definitely unfortunate news, as Jimmy is very underrated and deserved a run as US champion. However, on a more positive note, clearly there are still plans for Jimmy Uso moving forward, likely to reunite with his brother Jey in the near future, as Corey Hayes also reported on Twitter or X that there were rumblings that WWE was looking to pair the Usos back together sometime this year, and with Jey dropping the World Heavyweight Championship, it's looking like that could be the direction. The question is, how does WWE get them back together in a story on TV? Now it appears as though WWE are going to be wasting no time when it comes to kickstarting the feud between New World Heavyweight Champ Gunther and Goldberg well before Saturday night's main event on July 12th, as a new report from PW Insider has revealed that Goldberg is apparently planned to be returning to WWE next week on Monday Night Raw, with eWrestlingNews.com summarizing the news by saying, quote, WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg is set to return to television next week, fueling speculation that his long-anticipated retirement match could take place later this month at Saturday night's main event. According to a report from PW Insider, Goldberg is scheduled to appear on the June 16th episode of WWE Raw in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and is expected to have a consistent presence on the show in the lead-up to the Saturday night's main event special in Atlanta, Georgia. While WWE has not officially confirmed the event as the location for Goldberg's final match, rumors have persisted for months pointing to that show as the likely venue. As of now, his opponent has not been confirmed. Goldberg's last on-screen storyline involvement was with Gunther, who reclaimed the World Heavyweight Championship from Jey Uso on this past Monday's Raw in Phoenix. The report added that WWE considered having Goldberg make a surprise appearance during that episode to tie into Gunther's win, but ultimately held off in favor of building his return for next week. Now, at the Worlds Collide show this past weekend, there's no doubt that Mr. Iguana gained a lot of attention and newfound popularity, with WWE apparently wanting to feature Mr. Iguana on TV regularly moving forward. And during a recent interview with Linear Directed TV, Mr. Iguana revealed that he's not going to be wrestling in NXT, and will instead be going straight to the WWE main roster, words that apparently garnered Mr. Iguana backstage heat, with Mr. Iguana revealing, quote, "Tell them nothing because I'm already here. I am literally here. Yesterday, I was at the NXT Performance Center in Orlando, and I was told you're not coming through here, you're going to the main roster. I posted a picture yesterday with Shawn Michaels, and he said we need you here because you're the best-selling t-shirt this week, and the fastest rising star on the cards, and all since Saturday. Since Saturday, I feel like the adrenaline hasn't stopped. It's every kid's dream to be in WWE. I'm busy currently, but for my hometown I will have all the time in the world because thanks to them, to be Kalichi and to be from Sinaloa, I would not be where I am now. Let us know if you guys are excited about Mr. Iguana moving straight to the WWE main roster, and do you feel he has long-term potential in WWE, or do you think Mr. Iguana is just going to be a short-lived fad?